Not enough nonsense in your life? Need a little more? Well, get ready, because these two have it in spades. Loose talk.
What are you talking about? Nonsense.
Even looser opinions.
Please explain.
And you're along for the ride.
Everybody strap in!
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
And welcome to The Burble. Hello, my name is Benny.
My name is Az.
We are here now. We're doing a bit of a test on this episode of The Burble where we're talking to each other, but we're also down the lens of the camera because we're doing a bit of a check here in regards to see whether or not that this is a viable option, because we want to. The dream, as it is the dream that we do here, that we want to offer a dirtier version of the Burble. Is that probably what we want to do? Is that something
we want to bust out of our M-rated chains and drop F-bombs to our heart's content?
Yes.
For the public. For you. For you. That's who we want to do it for.
For cash, actually.
Well, for cash.
For a Patreon kind of thing, you know what I mean? The raw, unedited version of the Burble. I think that's what we're trying to do with beers. Because this is how we're doing the podcast. But anyway, those who are enjoying the podcast, though, normally through the normal channels of, iTunes, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, CastBox, there's a whole bunch of different places you can get us. YouTube with the stupid 15-minute per segment thing that they're doing. Jesus Christ.
We're on the internet.
Yeah, they're on the internet. Anyway, we are talking absolute nonsense. This is what this podcast is all about. Thank you very much. Season Trey. 2.
Uno, dos, tres.
Whatever it is. Okay, so coming up this week on the podcast, a woman's bumped into her ex.
That's not unusual.
Well, the ex basically said that he was dead.
That's a little more unusual.
Well, he was avoiding actually trying to pay her $700 that he owed her.
$700?
He knows. Wow. Yeah, he said that basically that, well, he's made the whole scheme up that he's dead. So
for $700.
For $700, like basically, wouldn't you just tell, like, if you're going to be the ex of somebody, just like, look, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm done. That's it.
Isn't that what they call ghosting?
Oh, I don't know, but off. I'm not paying you this $700. That's coming up where she bumped into him. Also on this very podcast, fairly funny things to talk about. A woman, I don't know if this is funny, but it comes from
the
world.
Too deep now, Benny. Keep going.
A woman is now deceased following an explosion at a gender reveal party, which to me just proves the fact that we don't really need. Look, why can't you have surprises these days? Everyone's got to know everything. They need to know what the gender of the baby's going to be and all that kind of thing. Well, she's passed away at a gender reveal party. It's a tragic.
It wasn't the mother, was it?
Sorry?
Was it the mother of the said baby that was about to be born?
I don't understand.
Well, we'll get into that.
We will. Now, you brought this one. This is gold. A woman has prepared for a rent inspection basically she had to remove an object which she loves very much, but it's removed a tile off the wall. You'll have more about that. That's coming up very soon. A bloke's gut. Now, I've got a beer gut. I'm not going to deny that I haven't got a beer gut.
No, well, now the Patreons can see our faces and finely chiseled Australian bodies. There's no hiding it anymore. Benny working on his body right now. Well,
this bloke's beer gut gets him extremely drunk as his stomach turns carbs into beer.
It's really the holy grail, isn't it?
Oh, mate, you mean I don't have to buy any beer anymore? There's a report that's been floating around the internet for a little while that dogs lick us because we have bones inside them and they want them. What scientists are saying. They're going, the only reason your dog actually kisses and licks you is due to the fact that they know that you have bones inside of them. So your pet secretly wants you to die so they can maul the shit out of you. That's what they're saying.
Yep.
These are scientists. And we've discussed...
Hang on. Scientists. Yeah. Thank you.
You can now buy inter-vaginal speakers so your baby can listen to...
the Burble.
To listen to the Burble. That's This is the world we live in.
What were they again, Benny?
Inter-vaginal speakers.
Excellent.
Doctors discover tweezers inside a man's urethra that have been there for at least 4 years.
Okay, I've got questions, but I'll save them for the article.
You brought this one along as well. Ever been to the circus and been really entertained, not expecting that you're going to get some extra from the performers? Trapeze artist with diarrhea is shat on 23 people.
I actually have a funny circus story, which I'll bring to the table as well.
I'm sure you do.
Yes.
A public servant has urinated in a kettle and has been fired from his job in South Australia.
Oh, it's taking a piss, isn't it?
He is taking the piss. Plus, as well, we are going to be also having a bit of a chat about if you send money to your mates for something like a Bucks weekend or a birthday present or anything like that. Well, if you're transferring money to your mates with a caption like BJ's or Pingers, something like that, can really ruin a home loan application for you if you're going to try and get a home loan application later on, because they go, hang on a minute, BJ's, Pingers, mate, I'm not giving you any money whatsoever to buy a house. You can just right off. It's all coming up on the Burble.
The Burble. This is going to be good.
With Benny and Az.
Running into an ex is one of the hardest things to do.
Unless you're in a full drive.
Running into an ex can be really uncomfortable at the best of times. It can be. You just like, oh, hi, how are you? Life going well? All that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden you just download all these images in your head of things like going, yeah, did he leave you? The one you wanted so much.
Did the rash clear up? I hope not.
But anyway, it's a little bit more alarming when you believe that ex has actually passed on, has gone to the nether regions, to the land of wind and dust.
The land of wind and dust.
Now, it may sound like something that's out of a bad rom-com, but this is exactly was what happened to a young Australian woman. Now, her name, I'm not going to say, but she bumped into her ex years after his family told her that he died.
Oh, so the family was in on it as well.
So the family's in on it. Crime family, so to speak. Whatever.
Syndicate.
I know, exactly right. Now, what could possibly warrant somebody to tell the ex that, nah, he's gone.
It's got to be
off to the land of wind and dust.
Illegitimate children. There's maybe, I don't know, criminal charges that someone's trying to get away from, insurance fraud. Oh, there's a number of reasons you'd fake your own death.
Was he on the lam?
Was he a member of the Liberal Party?
Could have been. Nah, it's not. He just didn't want to pay back $700 he owed her.
700 Australian.
700 Australian
dollars. It's like $3 American dollars.
$700 dues that he owed her. Now, she was only 18 when she met the 21-year-old who was a chef at a local pub that she worked at. Here we go. This whole don't get involved with someone at work kind of deal.
Yeah.
Don't do that at all.
Yeah.
Now, the pair got into a relationship, which means they basically got drunk one night and okay. What do you want me to say?
It's the hospitality industry.
But anyway,
you're right, yeah.
The females then told the ABC everything seemed normal and there was nothing odd about her new boyfriend. Now, they'd been dating for about 3 months. All right. So I just want to break this down for a second there. At what point in a relationship do you flash out the $100, the hondos, to support said boyfriend, said girlfriend, said attack chopper that you are?
Well, I'm in a relationship. I've been in one for, nearly 15 years. I've never seen a $100 bill.
But was there a point, though, was there a point in the relationship, though, where basically it was all about, look, I need X amount. Can you give? Now, are they addicted to shaft? / cave? Like, I'm addicted to the cave. I'm addicted to shaft. I'll give him money just to...
You mean prostitution?
No, I'm just saying, look, I really like his package or / I like her package.
It's like, well, if you give me $100, I'll use lube this time, or...
No.
I really don't know where you're going with this.
I'm just saying, like, where does it come a point in a sexual relationship where you're doling out cash?
Well, maybe it wasn't a sexual relationship. Maybe it was a fulfilling emotional relationship.
She worked at a pub and he...
I said maybe.
No, she was 18 at a pub and he's 21 years old, right? Okay.
Of course they did. Maybe they, like, I don't know. He had a PlayStation, she had an Xbox. They wanted to expand their collection.
No, I'm going to go further here because a lot of listeners will probably understand this as I'm going to tell you Russ right now, okay?
All right.
He's a chef down there at the pub. She's working in the pub.
Right.
They would have made sure that, we'll lock up tonight, shut all the blinds and on the bar.
Staffies.
They would have staffied that shit. It is nasty. But anyway, listen, they've only been dating for about 3 months when he came home one night with a broken hand.
Right.
Claiming that he got into a fight on a night, but it wasn't his fault. Now,
Never is.
The injury meant he couldn't work for some time, so she lent him $1,000 to help out. Now, they broke up a couple of months later when he paid her back $300 of the $1,000 that he'd borrowed. The Shep stopped answering her calls and messaged when she said she asked for the rest, so he wouldn't answer the calls.
Like, blocked her. He's blocked her. He's gone. You're gone.
He is blocked up. Now, he went silent. His belongings started disappearing from the share house that they lived in. Now, the initial story, apparently, is he'd gone to rehab in Queensland. After speaking with his other friends, she'd found out that he'd also borrowed money from them and all up owed about $2,200. Now, the revelation of the debt that her ex had racked up and the fact that she'd never known him to have a drug or alcohol issue caused the 18-year-old to question the story of him going to rehab. But as it stands, the story seemed to be falling apart a little bit because she received a call from a friend saying he died.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Just like, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's, gone to the land of wind and dust. All right? But his mum told his friends that he'd been murdered because he owed money to a bikie gang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's getting better.
This is like daytime television.
I know. Now, she said it sounds stupid in retrospect, but you don't have any reason to question it,
Yeah, you do.
You're an 18-year-old female. Aren't you going to get on the social medias to see if someone was murdered? Oh, that's right. They don't use the internet for news. They just use it so they can put slut-shaming Instagram photos of themselves online.
Yeah.
And the ones that work in a pub. Now, if I'd called and told you my mum died, you wouldn't be like, give me a death certificate.
You might be like, when's the funeral?
When's the funeral? But it wasn't until 2 years later, that she found out it was all a lie.
It was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Now, there was
thin
no
veil of lies come crumbling down.
There was no such thing as Australia's, I was about to say Australia's funniest home video. I mean, Australia's most wanted.
Depends how he's died, really.
So she was at a restaurant with a friend and they knew that the ex-brother worked there. And so she asked the waitress if he was around. To her surprise, he was. And they asked, and then basically he came out, not the brother. He came out, and she thought that he was dead. Like she could have asked for an extra garlic bread, or can you refill like the club soda that I'm drinking at the moment. But anyway, the manager came out and basically said, "Look, I want to complain because I was told that he's dead and he's now working here." So anyway, the manager actually called police. But he decided to take off from his shift.
Of course he did.
He lammed it. He f***ed off. He
did the Harry Holt.
He legged it. And so basically she said, I was told by police that it was my word against his that I'd ever seen him ever or lent him the money. So this is this grey area in terms of...
oh, no. Then she could... Well, let's think about this grey area. There was a great movie in the 90s called Double Jeopardy. Like, so if he's already dead and he owed her money... She could, like, get a bread knife and stab him, and there'd be no problem because he's already dead. Like, I killed a zombie.
She ended up confronting him, and she clearly recognized him, and he immediately struck up conversation. He's like, hey, long time no see.
How you doing?
And she's like, yeah, it's been a long time. Then she asked him about the money he owed her, and he pretended to act confused and claimed he didn't even know her. So at the end of their encounter, she's claiming that she wished... she had a chance to ask him more questions. But the last time that she'd seen him, it was that. So she's gotten 300 of the $700 back. What's to say in regards to the other poor housemates? Because let's face it, you're poor if you have to go into a share house. Okay. And all up, $2,200 has been stolen, not just from her. Well, it's